So I'm sharing my screen with you on both on Vion and as well as on the screen behind me so that you can also see what I am doing. Okay, so let me quickly just Vion all of you as well. If you can't see my screen on Vion, then please just look at the screen behind me or share with your friend. Okay, so we are actually at this point where we have to now, we've changed these stuff. So we've done this editing and we've done that editing, but we are now supposed to change the text into 3 different columns. Okay. Now I'm going to do this a little bit different because of the fact that you are doing this for the first time, most of you. So I'm going to create my own 3 columns. Okay. So I'm going to show you which is my 3 columns. So this is going to be my column 1. This is going to be my column 2. Okay. And then the last one is going to be my column. Let's make it up until there is my column 3. Okay, so those are my 3 columns. I will show you how to interpret the text in a little while. Now, before we start with columns, let's just quickly see what is a column. Okay, so a column is what we mostly found in newspapers, and you are too young to know what a newspaper is, so let me show you. Okay, so do you see, if you look at the daily business paper, do you see all of these things are in blocks? So you will see here is a block. Can you see that block? And then there's another block. And then there's another block. Can you see them? Those 3 blocks are actually not blocks, they are columns. Okay? So if I ask you to do something in columns, the first thing you need to do is to select the text that needs to go into columns. Okay, so let's quickly make our screen a little bit bigger. So what am I saying? I'm saying select the part of the text that needs to go into columns. Yes, that's the first thing. Remember, you must tell your computer what you want. And by telling it, you're actually showing it. And by showing it, you are selecting it. Are you all with me? Yes. Okay. Then you go to layout. Now, you've been introduced to layout the 2 days or 3 days ago when we did margins. You still remember that? So, columns is also found under layout. And I know you like shortcuts because you're the Gen Z, so you skip the TikTok video or go to McDonald's to get fast food, but we're not in the business of Gen Z behavior in this class. So we have to go to more columns. You're not going to just press 3 here. Are you with me? You're going to go to more columns. And then you are going to choose the 3. And the reason why is sometimes the examiner wants some extra things from you. What are those extra things? It can be a line in between. Okay, can you see there's a little line that goes in between my columns? They don't ask this in this specific question paper, but I'm showing you how to do that. Then sometimes they also want, let's say column 1, they want that 5 centimeters, and then they want the next one to be another, let's say, then you have to click on right, by the way. Okay, or you can say equal columns. Okay, but we are doing 3 columns for now, and we're doing the line in between. Okay, so we're going to say, okay. Now look here, do you see by just looking at the colors, 1 is in 2, and 2 is in 3, and 3 is in 2. So they're not at the columns that they should be in. The blue must all be in column 1. Can you see that? The pink must all be in column 2, and the green must all be in column 3. Okay, darling, so you need to find out a way to kind of tell the computer again now, listen, this must actually be in its own little column, in its own little block. Now, if I can just take your brain back to line numbering. Do you remember what we did to show the computer where it starts and where it stopped? What was that? Well done. It was a section break. Excellent. So we're going to do the same thing, but with a different break. What break do you think? If you look at what are we working with here currently? In columns. Yeah, columns, paragraphs in the columns. So we're working in columns, né? So we're going to go to layout, breaks, and we're going to use a column break. A column break is like a scare, a scissors, be scared. You're going to cut it there where you want it to go. Okay, so can you see my first cut is going to be right in front of south. Okay, because I want to separate the two. Are you with me? So you put your mouse first of all where you want it, and then you go to breaks, and then you say column break. If you forget which break, ask yourself, where am I working in currently? In a column. Is that right? No. Are you going to get your panties in a twist? No. You are just going to carry on. And even though you've got two columns now, you can see there's more a third space. Where do you think you must cut the third column? Right in front of the green. So you're going to go to breaks, column breaks, Bob's your uncle. Okay? Darlings, please ensure that you never have a space there in front at the top of your columns. You lose a marks for unequal columns. So please take that out by pressing escape. Backspace, sorry, not escape. Or with me. Okay. Then you will see when you put on your paragraph marker, there is section breaks there, and then there's another column break there. That is okay, because that is what the computer did. You can see there, you put in a column break and there's another one. Okay. Now in your question paper, you will see that they say here at the back of page 13, let me just quickly show you. It says there, cancel the columns from this point and insert a table. Okay. So let's quickly do that now. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do the actual thing now that you know how to do the columns. I'm going to go back all the way. Okay, and I'm going to do it as they have asked me to do it. Okay, which is, they say that there must be a column break here. There must be a column break there. And then if you go to your last one, the last column was obviously cancelled here. It just means that the rest of your document must not be in columns. So if you take it back to this, you will see this means that part that you see over here, the columns has been cancelled. Okay, in other words, you've stopped the the columns. How do I prevent the rest of my document to be in columns? There's a little thing I'm going to teach you now. And they are actually very sneaky here. Because you will see that is the end of your document. Remember, this is something I have copied in for you. So if you don't do it now and you put all of this stuff into a column, look at what's going to happen. Because that's actually what they're asking you. They're asking you to do the whole thing. Look here, I want to show you something. Okay. Let me see if it's going to do that. Okay, that's luckily for me, I've used it. But most of the time, it stays in columns. The rest of whatever you're doing is going to stay in columns. And to prevent that, and I probably have done it already, is just press a few enters and then you put in your columns. You can always take that enters out, but it's just to tell your document you're still going to work in it later on. Okay, so you're kind of saving this space here as an open space not to be in columns. Do you understand what I'm saying? Otherwise, if you don't do it, it's going to keep your whole document in a column. Okay, and darlings, the only way for you to get this thing out of a column is to go back to columns and say one column. That's how you get it out of it. Okay, or you can press the undo button, but the undo button is a little bit of a fragile thing to use because sometimes you've already done so many other steps, you can't undo it. So rather also have another way of how to undo the step you've done. So like for instance, when we did find and replace, I showed you that if you've done it at the wrong place, remember then you must go and say no formatting. Do you remember that? Okay, so that's also a way how to undo something. The same with the line numberings. When I showed you the line numberings, I said when you didn't have the line numberings at the correct place, you had to actually take it off by pressing that button and take it off. Okay, so it's the same as columns. You must select it and make it one. Okay, now let's put in our stuff into columns. So I'm going to make this a little bit. Let's actually delete this whole thing so that we can do our columns. What's the first thing you need to do? Just make a few enter spaces for yourselves. Okay, and you all understand now why. And that refers to cancel the column. So that is what that word means when it says cancel the columns from this point forward. It just means go and put a few enters in so that it doesn't see your whole document as columns. Okay, then you're going to go to your columns, more columns, and you're going to choose 3. They don't ask for a line in between this time, but if they did, there it was. Okay. Now, darlings, if you go back into this question paper, you will see the first column break that you had to put in was before the International Rugby Board and before those organizations. So let's quickly see if we can find those things. Now, this is actually a very nice time to use your find button, by the way. If there is so many text there, and for me it's really difficult to read Bradley, then you can just go and say, find the phrase that says the international. Okay, you can just say the international. And you see, that is the sentence that they're looking for. So it's easy. Then you can go to the layout and you put in your column break. Are you happy? Then where's the second column? Sorry, the third column is those organizations. Now you can just type it in again. Okay, there it is. There's the third column. So I'll have to put it in there and I'll put in a break and I'll put in a column break. Okay, now you will see my stuff is a little bit messed up because of the place where the column is. Remember, this column actually goes over into that, and then that one shouldn't be so small though. You just quickly take out all of them. Just make sure. The international rugby, there we are. Okay, so first off, we are going to put this in 3 columns. I just want to see what's going on here. And then the international rugby is around, just want to make sure that it actually did that. Let me just see. So I'm going to say the international, let's see. Okay, it is here. Okay, so the only thing that I'm thinking now, okay, it's fine. It's just the way that it has been portrayed because we are doing it correctly. And then the next one is the organization, those organizations. And that's why I actually did my own columns with you, because this one is not a very nice column to start off with. Okay, but this is what I wanted you to do. Okay, so it's going to look funny, but this is what I wanted you to do. Okay, and then I want you to go to the next page, which says it's on page 13. Okay, so let's quickly just look at the question paper there. If you look at the question paper, I want you to quickly look at these 2 little symbols. Okay, now these 2 little symbols, I think we maybe have discussed them, show something to you. It shows that there is, and I want you to count with me. If you count horizontal lines, there's 1, 2 horizontal lines. Are you with me? And again, 1, 2 horizontal lines. That is how you interpret what we call a manuscript sign. Okay, that is a manuscript sign. Now, you can either interpret it as 1 and 2 enters and 1 and 2 enters, or the other way is to count the spaces. Can you see there's 1 space, there's 1 space. So it's up to you. But just remember, if you do decide to count the spaces, the actual first space is here. So this is space 1 and this is space 2. And so on the third space, you are going to type. So if I type here now that words that's on your question paper, it says top qualifying teams. Can you see that? Can you see there's actually just one space in between? But there is 1, 2 enters. So those enters are the horizontal lines, or you can count the line. Are you with me, darlings? So if we quickly just have this again, can you see this line? This is the enter, 1, 2. Are you with me? Or you can say there's only one enter in the middle. It's up to you. Okay, but remember, if you count the lines, darlings, you must count the one at the top here as 1 and the second one there. Otherwise, it's going to look like that, and that's wrong. Can you see? I can't count 2 spaces in that. That's wrong. Can you see that, darlings? The first space I need to count is at the previous paragraph. Are you with me, darlings? Okay. So now they say you must insert this text. It must be uppercase, which is already done because I have typed it in all caps. You can now make it bold. You can make it double underline. So there's the double underline, and it needs to be 16. And then it actually looks like it's in the center, and they do say center, so there is where it's supposed to be. Are you with me? Okay. Then they ask you to insert another line. 1, 2. Okay. Now, darlings, this is where N4 becomes a little bit weird, because can you see the rest of your document is in 12? Look at the size quickly. This is 12. But if I click there, what is that? 16. So if I'm the examiner and you are going to, or the marker, and I'm going to print, that space there is not going to look like 1. It's going to look like 2. So you need to go back and make sure those are also 12, so that it's the same as the rest of the document. Are you with me? It's most now natural that it's going to catch up upon, it's going to take the font from the previous line, which is 16. So it's just an easy edit. Okay, now let's do the table. Pray with me. And for the sake of understanding, let's quickly get this for ourselves on the same page so that you see what they're asking. They are asking you to put in a table. Sorry, I just want this actually not to go at the front. Let's just make it a little bit smaller. Okay. So this is the piece of the question paper that you have in front of you. Okay. So they want you to insert 5 rows and 2 columns, and then they give you the sizes. Okay, now let's first start off. Where do you go to do tables? Okay, it says there insert. So let's go to insert table. You see? Okay. Now you can either go and build a little Lego house, which is probably going to take you forever. I would prefer you to just say insert table and then type in the rows. Can you see there it says columns? How many columns do you need? 2. How many rows do you need? 5. Okay. And can you also see the columns, or can you see there's one, the region is a column and the team is a column. The team, South Africa, Japan, England, and Australia, those are all rows. So rows are horizontal and columns are vertical. Are you with me? Now, if you don't know what vertical and horizontal, let's quickly look at my hands. Horizontal, vertical. If you're watching the video on YouTube, you'll have to now check. This is horizontal, this is vertical. Okay, don't laugh. There's people that might get confused with this. Okay, let's go on. So I'm going to say, okay. You will see my table goes over to the other side, which is fine. I'll edit it now. The size of column 1 must be 3 centimeters. Okay, now for the sake of the column, I'm just going to switch off my paragraph marker so that you just have less stuff to look at. How do I change? Okay, first of all, can you all see that this is my This is my first column. So let's make my first column yellow. And this is my second column. Let's make that column. Let's make that orange. Okay, that's a bit too near to each other. Let's make it blue. Column 1 is yellow. Column 2 is blue. Okay, now for the sake of, let me just take it to a new one so that you can actually see what we do. Okay, I'll fix it now. Now the size of the column, so in other words, the yellow part must be 3 centimeters. Can you see it says there 3 centimeters? Hello? Okay. How do I change the size of a column? I have to click on the column, okay, or on the table. Now, do you remember when I clicked on the header or the footer, I said to you, watch this little light bulb. Okay, and in the picture, I also said, now watch that light bulb again. If I click there, can you see there's a little table coming up? So if I click on that, all of the things coming up is got to do with the table. Okay, so when they say the size of column 1 must be 3 centimeters, it means the width must be 3 centimeters. Can you see that the difference? How do I know it's the width and not the height? Look at the height quickly. If I change the height, it's going to go bigger like this. Is your table looking like that? No. So we're going to take it back to 0.4. Okay. Let's just take it back to 0.44. So I know it's the width. So the width needs to be 3. And you don't have to put in the centimeters because it's already calibrated. You just click now on the space of the blue. You don't have to select it. You can just click it. Okay. And you can make that size 4. You see it's 4. Okay, it's starting to look like the one below. Let's take all of this off. Okay, this is just to show you. Then insert the headings in the table in uppercase, italics, and center. Okay, so you have to now put in region and team. Okay, and it must be in uppercase, which it is. It must be in italics, which it's not. And it mustn't be underlined, so take that off. And it must be centered. It is centered. And it must be not bold. So take bold off. Are you with me? Okay. Then, remember, if you go back, I just want you to quickly go back to page 11. It says, read there by 6.6. It says, change the font of the entire document, including what? Headers, footers, page numbers, and table. So remember, there is still a page number that you have to go back and change. And luckily for me, because I can control my whole document, I selected my entire document. My table is also now in Bradley. So you'll have to make a little note for yourself on that when they are asking you in this way. The size of the text in the table must be 8. How do I select the whole table? Do you see there's 4 arrows there? I click on the 4 arrows and I say 8. Okay? Then they ask you to left align the regions and right align the teams. Okay, so now we quickly have to type that in. So this is going to be Africa. Okay, let me just quickly make all of them the same. Okay, so it is going to be Africa. So make sure you're in the same one. And then Asia, and then Europe, and then Oceania. And then on that side, we've got the teams, which is South Africa, and we've got Japan, and we've got England, and we've got Australia. So these are all things you have to type in. These ones must all be left aligned. Can you see? And these ones must all be right aligned. Okay. And then there's one last thing you have to do, and that is to apply a gray shade to the second column. Remember we said this is column 1, this is column 2. Now to do the whole one, you have to select, click and select. And do you see there's a little bucket of paint? This is not grey, darlings. I cannot for the sake of see this is grey. Please make it grey, one of these. Okay, I just want to see there's something wrong with my, it shouldn't make that. I think I've maybe highlighted it. Why is that highlighting? I think I highlighted it by mistake. It shouldn't do this. Okay. Let me just quickly take it off. I think somewhere along the line I've put in the wrong one. Okay, and then I must move it back here. Okay, it doesn't quite fit in. I think there was something wrong with the actual question paper. So yours will probably look like this. We'll move it down. Okay, it's fine. Just make sure that you can insert the table like that. What bothers me a little bit is this thing. Let me just quickly see what's going on. Why is it white? Okay. Okay. Not to, okay. It shouldn't stay that way, but I'm obviously not seeing. I'm taking off that, which it probably can be the reason for it. Or it's in a different one. Okay, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'll figure it out and then I'll show you. I don't know why my background of my text is now showing white. Okay, but to save some time, let's just quickly make sure that you can at least do the coloring. Okay, so you have to insert that table, and then we've already inserted the image in the previous one. Okay, so let me stop this.